Collecting the sample. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller is a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet after your time at Telestrian Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly, its blanderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor. And your goal. Okay, I think our story is coming to an apex, and I'm looking forward to this. Oh, this is the door we couldn't get into before. Eric Silverstar. You wearing earrings? Where he looks almost like a Bajoran. There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you are displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. Well, it's duty above all, right? He laughs. Well, yes, that is the first value, and I'm glad more than those outside of security follow it, and from a janitor no less. No, I am speaking of my 3rd and final value of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. Thank you, sir. Well, rewards and punishments must be given where required. Now please start filling out the report on the datapad, and I'm afraid I must ask you to not sit in my chair given your attire. I need to go ahead downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. Well, that was easy. A little bit too easy. Your comlink begins to ring. You pick it up. So these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I'm tracking Silverstar, and he's already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movements. Hurry. On me. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I failed this mission once already. You can fail it. I didn't do it in time. You have to do these paintings in a specific order. Actually, this is still the same. There's an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass that appears to be half empty, and a half-smoked cigar. Okay, you have to push these paintings in a specific order, and I got them wrong. However, I think I'm close. This one is actually duty, if I remember correctly. This shows a profile of 3 L's in Telestrian security uniforms looking upwards at a flag flying the Telestrian logo. The plaque reads, duty. We're going to push the frame. Right. Okay, and then... obviously, if you do them in the wrong order, they all pop back out, and you got to start over. Depicted as a clock tower at a train station in downtown Portland in the tier, the plaque reads, efficiency. Push the frame. He has a few guards, a tech worker, and very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom and is beginning to question them. Okay. Now, this is Unity. And this is... I forget which one this is. What is this? Painting shows a wild mountain landscape with clouds ringing lofty peaks. The plaque reads Independence. And we're going to leave that alone. I believe it's this one, actually. The painting is of a small lighthouse in intense storm at night, perched on a rocky outcropping. Its light stabs out in the darkness. The plaque reads Vigilance. Yeah, I think this is the 3rd one. Ooh. He clicks into place, and the painting slides back into the wall. Okay. Now what? Those aren't active anymore. Okay. Well, what am I supposed to be doing here? I don't understand. Oh, can I go over here? Oh, hello. There's a safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front, most likely keyed to Mr. Silverstar. Walk away. Ah. Now we know what we can do with this glass and cigar. Come on. There we go. Pick up the half-smoked cigar. Mm-hmm. Come on. Come on. Put the moist into the cigar on the DNA scanner. With a click and faint hiss of escaping air, the safe opens. Take the sample. Great work, Monomai. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Where's the elevator? Where is it? Over there? So can we go this way? Ah. Okay. I don't know, I have a bad feeling about this... Ooh, who's that? Right, we're gonna go this way. Hey, this is a restricted area. You can't go in there. Right, okay, that's fine. No worries. I'm not going in there. I'm just, you know, heading this way. No worries. Is there anyone here? No. Move, move, move. Are they gonna come after me? Oh, do we make it? Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. Whoa. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officer. Good morning, moron. I don't know. I don't know someone that looks like you should be calling someone else a moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? What do you want, McCluskey? Hello, McCluskey. How'd you find me? We'll do this one. The smirk broadens. That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaw. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Telestrian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. He smiles wolfishly. Come on, dreck for brains. Make the wrong choice. Let's see. All up for a stand-up conversation. Let's get this over with. I have things to do. I'm going, but one day you and I are going to go round and round, McCluskey. All up for a stand-up conversation. Damn, I was hoping to be able to bring you in feet first. This is not good. I do not believe. The estate. From the floor of the Lone Star cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown corridor's office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray overcast over the I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. A half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road, and a magnificent mansion fills your view, its design a blend of old-world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt, and you are dragged into the driveway where McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your bonds. You look up to see you are surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts, Special Forces troops from the Tir Tinyar. Massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities, you prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, screw you. Is that a chick? Chick in uniform. McCluskey smirks. Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, human. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tir Tanar, and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, McCluskey? You his lapdog? Should I be impressed? Richer than hell elves take a dump the same way I do, McCluskey. I like that. His eyes say, I'd love to kill you now, but his mouth continues its smirk. I got one of the richest and most powerful men in the Pacific Northwest taking care of me, dumbass. What do you got? I'm sorry, I'll rephrase that. The inflection was wrong. What do you got? What's in your wallet? Indigestion. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. You're very rude. The fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you before he speaks. He doesn't like what he sees. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. You as butler? Thank you, Jeeves. This is an extraordinary estate. May I look around before I see him? You may wait here for a few moments to gather yourself before you enter Mr. Telestrian's office. Some people find that they need time to prepare themselves before meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off limits to you, and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry, though. Mr. Telestrian is not one to be kept waiting long. So he can be kept waiting, just not long. Is that the deal? Because that's what it sounded like to me. Interesting. They said the library is occupied by who? Ooh, who do we have here? A Girnon. There's a twinkle in Girnon's eye that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses' Union. It is good to see you again. There is much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you, Girnon? What the hell are you doing here? Okay, my magical friend, explain yourself. No, I do not explain. I provide a service. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrian. Perhaps I can be of service again. Perhaps you can. And I'm only assuming that because you're here. And I can't go upstairs. Clipping. Alright. And I guess this is about it. We're going in. Nice office. Okay, let's do this. Let's talk to the man, or the elf. As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you, calculating and cold. A practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your betters mansion. It's something else. The feeling that you're being categorized as a resource or a liability or a pawn. I have been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit, they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my vice president of security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, sir. Ooh, he's polite. How do you intend to settle your debt? Would you take a check? You already confiscated the container I took. I have no other bargaining chips. First, some instruction. You do not begin a negotiation by admitting that you have nothing with which to negotiate. However, you were considering your tactical situation. That tells me that you are more than a mere street thug. Allow me to instruct you further. You have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. Because that's not a massive run-on sentence. Who wrote this stuff? The most protected item is usually the most valuable. It goes like this. Your half-brother Sam Watts hired me to find his own killer. He had a dead man switch. When I find the killer, I get paid. I took the Aegis sample to kill giant insect spirits. That's a no. But which one of these? That is the question. I just noticed he had these, like, bodyguards. Are those the ghost things? They look more like radioactive research workers. Okay. This is what would be great about doing something like this on a live stream. I think we're just going to go with the giant insect spirits. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Kuoth, please ask my daughter to join us. The young, pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you! You're the man who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Telestrian cuts in quickly. Thank you, Mary Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive him for his trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you got out okay, Mary Louise. You did well back there. Without you, we'd all be dead. This guy's your father? I won't do that. I'm not okay. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream and that I'll wake up there and still be... And I'll wake up there and still be there with the bugs. You can relax, Mary Louise. You are safe. It is over. No! I won't... It won't be over until they're all dead, she shudders. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men you flew in here. All you do is talk. It's just like you form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Hakeem involved. Oh, she's the one that got Hakeem involved. She's good looking. The already cold exterior of James Telestrian III turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this man. We will speak of it later, in private. Now then, Spot, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a man of the street such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. That's who's in the library. Okay. You'll be delighted. I'm not really a committee-joining sort of guy. Sounds like I don't have much of a choice. Not if you wish to draw another breath. No. Alrighty then. There's a weight in Telestrian's library, a sense of magnitude and of purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth. You are in the presence of history. Because that's not melodramatic. There's another one of those radioactive workers. Oh, there's two of them. Actually, it kind of looks like the... I feel bad even saying it. What's Spider-Man's arch nemesis? The Green Goblin? Yeah. Lady and gentlemen, this is Spot. He is the human who saved my daughter and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Common enemy? Oh, no. That could be good news right there. Herr Brakos, what does the representative of the great dragon, Lofri, have to tell us about the magical insect this Shadowrunner uncovered? Brakos speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time, accentuating each word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. I am not going to insult any German speakers out there by attempting to emulate a German accent. My lord Lofre has witnessed the insect spirit's physical manifestation before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years. As the level of magic grows... Hans, dear, I love you, but you could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence. The painted elf addresses you. Is that a drag queen? That looks like a drag queen. Spot, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely a magically awakened animal like a wyvern or hydra or anything else in the sixth world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. Duh, of course it is. I imagine that moving from one plane of existence to another isn't easy. Before you go on, I've got to ask, who the hell are you and why are you dressed like that? Is that why I couldn't kill it? Yeah. Exactly so. Your little buggy friend exists on both planes simultaneously. Now, an insect spirit can't simply thumb a ride through astral space and show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner, in this case, being you. Two elements are required to bring one across the void, a shaman and a host. First, the spirit calls upon a shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his totem. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are the disaffected and the disenfranchised. In short, the weak-willed. You mean like cult members? Their minds are the most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you may imagine, these are the sort of people easily attracted to a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what has to be a truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host willingly or not. Then it's feeding time. Harlequin is correct. The insect spirit will then slowly consume its host, while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. Oh, and that's where all the disappeared Universal Brotherhood members went. What's this have to do with a great dragon and an elf who look like cosmetics? Whiz, bugs from another dimension need killing, I get it. I don't like the sound of this. You shouldn't, it's bad. Really, really bad. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once a nest has its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpses, again and again and again. So kind of like a really weird Dead Space. The room falls silent as they all consider the scenario, faces grim. Telestrian breaks this silence. This is not an infestation spot. It is an invasion. My Lord Lofrey knew this day would come, but he did not know precisely when nor where. Your rescue of Mr. Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. Then why don't you just fire a cruise missile at the Brotherhood and call it a day? So you're early to the party this time. That gives you the upper hand, right? I will do this. You half engage the enemy. You know why. The insect spirit is only a resident in the transformed host's body. Conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself exists on two planes. It cannot be destroyed by mundane means. Hence, Project Aegis. Here, Telestrian's biotechnology and agricultural divisions worked with my Lord Lofrey's thaumaturgical. Yeah, so that's where the term thom comes in, Feed the Beast. That mod. Engineers and designed Project Aegis to destroy an insect spirit once it is released from its host. The formula, a fluorescing astral bacteria strain, exists in the physical and astral plane at once and can thus affect the insect spirit. Now that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it, or are you reading it off of index cards? My director of R&D, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood? I like that haircut. Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped a delivery device for the fluorescing astral bacteria strain. They've created some prototype launchers, which fire Aegis-filled shells. When fired, the shells will discharge a high-velocity stream of the bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must first be damaged using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with the Project Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. So in order to stop an invasion of insects from another dimension, a dragon and an elf co-created a magical insecticide. Aegis is a multi-dimensional bug spray. It stomps bugs dead. Got it. I like this.